Welcome to Office Hours for Korean Natural Farming for Sunday, December 17th, 2023. Almost end of the year. I think this may be the last Office Hours of 2023. Pretty sure. Look at the calendar here and see, is that the case? Last Office Hours for 2023, is this it? Where's today? Oh, that looks like I could do one more on New Year's. Because that would be, because I don't think, maybe I'll do it on Christmas Eve. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll be here next week. Maybe I'll be here the next week. Maybe I won't. We'll see. What's up, Goofman? What's up, Tyler? Good to see you guys here. Let's go today. Get a little higher wisdom, which is preponderance of the small. In a great storm, a wise bird returns to her nest and waits patiently. This is a time of difficult and dangerous conditions. You should not be seduced into struggling, striving, or seeking solutions through aggressive action. Success is met by waiting modestly for the guidance of the creative. Trying times are a test of our integrity and commitment to proper principles. The ordinary person reacts to challenges with fear, anger, mistrust of fate, and a stubborn desire to strike out and eliminate difficulty once and for all. While the temptation to act in this way can be great, to do so can only lead to misfortune and the loss of hard-won ground. The way of the superior person faced with difficulty is that of non-action rather than action. She does not strive after recognition or resolution, or attempt to gain a higher position by conquering others. Instead, she retreats to her center, cultivates humility, patience, and conscientiousness. On the path of acceptance, self-inquiry, and self-improvement, we obtain the aid of the creative and meet with success after the storm is past. Well, I would always say this thing is pretty darn apropos. Returning to my nest while the storm goes by, all the crazy things happening in the world. Try not to struggle or strive for solutions. Seek aggressive actions towards anything I want. Just surrender, let it go, let it be what it is. So let's see. Here we are, office hours. I think this is, if you were to go episodically, I reckon we are at episode 104, something like that. So we've done 104 of these office hours. Hopefully there's something worthwhile in there. Hopefully, I don't know how many more I can do. It's over 100 hours of natural farming and whinging and examples of people doing good things and how to heal the planet and solutions for the future and things we need to do as a human collective species. But I don't have much hope or much faith. Life is sorrow, and we're basically swirling around a toilet bowl down the bottom. Because collectively we are on a death spiral path or just craziness by not understanding basic things. But 100 hours of how to change what we're doing, how to learn about the soil, understand about the basics, understand about the things that make a difference. I think, I mean, that's just my opinion, man. You may have a different opinion and think that, maybe life's great. Maybe we're, AI technology, faster jet travel. I don't know. Jets are getting slower, oil's drying up, energy's becoming scarce, minerals, everything's more scarce. I mean, everything's more scarce, sometimes things seem more abundant, but I don't really get those vibes recently. It's like scarce. So, not that I'm trying to dissuade you and be a downer or whatever. I mean, here you are, you tuned into this, you're checking it out. Should probably talk about some uplifting stuff. But here I have no questions to answer, and I just have to talk about whatever for an hour so I can. Oh, it's hard to do this when I guess sometimes I whinge about here I am talking about how hard it is. It's like, who the hell wants to tune in and listen about how hard it is? It's like not many people, I don't think. We are on a recycling planet, recycling of consciousness, quarantine from the galactic. Yeah, hey Hawkeye, what's up, man? Good to see you. Get out, do your thing, put some information out there. I would love to talk about some Korean natural farming and have some questions and talk about that instead of just other BS that's going on. So, let's see. I don't know. Am I going to continue to do this another year? Am I going to put, if I made 100 episodes, 103 episodes, that means I've already successfully done at least 2 years of this, if it's a weekly thing. I guess this episode would be the crowning achievement of 2 years of office hours. So Tyler's here talking about been using some OHN in an agar dish recipe and had some more vigorous growth on those dishes. That's pretty amazing. I would imagine OHN would make certain things grow faster because it is a biostimulant. However, it's also a antibiotic in certain senses for certain types of pathogens. So maybe it would also inhibit pathogens so that then your beneficials would have more to eat and less competition if there's inhibitor plus a stimulant. Like if you put something like garlic in there, which acts as a food for good and a toxin for bad, then you would get more growth in agar. That would probably make sense. I'm not sure how agar and plating and all that stuff goes together, but makes sense to me. OHN is a great solution. Garlic, ginger, cinnamon, licorice, angelica, combined in the right proportions put out there, it probably makes sense to do that. So, yeah, makes sense. What are you doing the agar for? You're growing some stuff. I don't know. So let's see here. What else is going on? I may as well use this time to plug my class. It's coming up. Some people are coming. Some people are not coming. Go knffarm.com. Get certified in pure KNF in Hawaii. And learn all this good stuff. Learn it. Do it. Make the world better. Teach it. Be better. Some folks signing up for January. It's the 13th to the 19th, 2024. had some folks sign up, then I had some other folks say they were going to sign up and didn't, which is always the case. It's always a what you call a rodeo trying to put my energy out there to like offer a class, put the time, energy, everything to like make it happen. Have people want to be there, and then people cancel, and it's just like, oh, it's like, oh, I hate marketing. I really do. I don't even care. You want to be there, be there. You don't want to be there, don't be there. It's too expensive, whatever. Make more money. Ask me to give it free, whatever. I don't care. I don't care. That's probably not the best. Just be whinging live. I always think about this. It's like, here I am. I do a live show. It's like every day live show, or every week live show. It's like, oh, I have to reach into my soul and rip part of it out and put it in here in front of the internet for people. It's like, oh, but I guess that's what we're all doing. We're all doing that in one way or another. So let's just get back into questions. Please keep the questions coming. That way I can just focus on these things. So Sidhu, what's up, Sidhu? How are you, man? When I make IMO 3, I get twice the weight of the initial rice bran. Is it normal? When I make IMO 3, I get twice the weight of the initial rice bran. Is it normal? No. I mean, no. No, that's not. I don't know. There's multiple factors in what you may be doing. Maybe it's still wet. Maybe it's dry. It usually, when IMO 3, which is the third stage, which is propagated IMO. So you take your seed IMO, you collect them from the forest, then you mix it into a substrate, and you bulk that up. You mix in, whatever if you're using rice bran, you're using rice bran. Then you use some liquid for that. So there's your liquids. You're going to add, about like a 50-pound bag. I would add in 5 gallons of water. So that's roughly 7 times 35 pounds of water. So I am making 50 pounds into 85 pounds. So that's when it's wet. There's 85 pounds there. So I went from 50 to 85. So I didn't quite double it there. Then that starts to heat up and the moisture evaporates. So then you're going to lose that weight in evaporation, and you're going to change the rice bran into the biology. And I don't see how that could gain very much weight in a huge way, maybe a little bit, as it pulls in maybe some carbon out of the air. But I don't see how it could double in weight. That's pretty hard for it to pull that much material out of the air. However, maybe you are scooping up a bunch of dirt while you're turning your pile, and maybe you are making more of what you would consider a activated IMO or an IMO 4, where you're mixing in enough dirt, because when you're turning your pile, you are mixing in dirt. It's the only way I could imagine the pile doubling in weight. I don't think there's any other way for it to double in weight. I have no idea. But that seems like if you are able to double something in weight like that, maybe you're doing some sort of alchemy. You should look into it, and you should probably patent your process and make a lot of money. Because if you're able to take weight and double weight with no weight, coming out of the air, that seems pretty amazing. You're probably pulling out more CO2 out of the air than trees are. And so you should probably sell that to all those people out there that think carbon is bad and that it's a poisonous gas. And you should probably put together a business plan and pitch it to the World Economic Forum. Make sure you wrap it in dog poop when you send it to them, so that way when they open it, they get what they deserve. And that way then they can open your idea and find that there's a solution out there to pull carbon out of the air. Because if you are doubling your weight via making IMO 3, you are onto something that is beyond something, and or you have a leak in your system and there's something leaking in or leaking out or somehow going. I have no idea how you could double the weight. Yeah, there's no way unless you're mixing a lot of dirt or water or it's not dehydrated when you're done, which the whole definition of the IMO finishing is that it dehydrates down and the moisture content then puts it into a sleeping state. So I have no idea what you're doing. Maybe you're adding way too much water. I don't know. I just can't imagine doubling the weight. So anyway, good. We got another question here from Joey. And what would I say are the best plants and trees to grow for mulch in Hawaii? What are the best things to grow for mulch? I would say what's already growing, because then you just cut it down and have equipment to mulch it. So either a mower, chipper, shredder, collector type of thing, or a mulching blade if you have trees. Whatever grows is the best, because then less time, energy, effort for you, whatever's naturally growing. Now, and you can just mulch anything. I mean, anything can be mulched. It's just a matter of getting enough energy to cut it, chip it, shred it, mulch it, chop, drop it, all those things. So whatever's growing, that's the best thing to grow. Now, if you're thinking, okay, well, that's not the answer I was looking for, I wanted to do additional work, then I would plant ice cream bean, Inga bean. I would plant Gliricidia. I would plant Albizia. And those 3 tree species are going to grow fast, be awesome, put out a bunch of carbonaceous material as they turn. They grow pretty easy. Those trees are considered pretty much weed trees, meaning that if you let them grow, they will take over. It depends. Another one, Castor's Curse. Another thing, what's another one? Myconia is another good tree. I mean, none of these trees are good trees. They're like, you're not like, wow, that's awesome. They're, they're considered terrible. But if you're gonna mulch them and chop, drop them, then plant it. Whatever grows fast is your friend. So, all those trees are good. If you are looking for like garden side cut, chop, drop, I would go for lemongrass. Cam said that already. Comfrey. Yeah, Cam said that as well. Those are probably your 2 best bets to kind of plant those on borders, edges. And then if you're going to go, you want to do a field, sow some sun hemp, sow some rye, sow some crotalaria. That might be sun hemp already. I said that. It's just another word for it. Rye, vetch, I don't know. Yeah. Comfrey chop and drop is nice. All those things are good. I would say, yeah, all those things. Pigeon pea, yeah. Cam, you're on it. This is all those things, if you can grow them, I think Rudolf Steiner talked about it where he said, like half your farm or 3/4 of your farm should actually be feeding the other half to a quarter of your farm. And that's how farms should be. They should actually be productive that way. Not so many farms around here I watch and they want to turn 100% of what they're growing into what they're growing. Like, it's like you're going to turn your entire farm. Like, it's like, I want to grow kava. So I'm going to turn my entire farm into a kava farm. And then it's like, okay, now you're going to have to get mulch. Now you're going to have to get all these things. If you made half your farm kava and you made the other half mulchable cover crops, things that you could feed to the kava. Now you actually have a farm that's productive. If you just make 100% of your farm what you're producing, now you're reliant on external inputs. So meaning you got to go get mulch, you got to go get fertilizer, you got to go get everything to grow the kava, versus you put half your land into growing those other things and the other half into kava, and now you're making it. And it's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing. It's like an economy of like, if I just go 100% this and I specialize in this, I can do this. But you're making those things externalities. Meaning that like here, you know, like take a classic organic farmer. Like, well, not a classic organic farmer, but like someone who's like, yeah, I'm using organic fertilizer. And it's like, well, you are just, you know, like as if it's good for the planet or good for health or good for anything. You're just externalizing your waste, your nastiness, everything outside, and thinking I'm doing so great, I'm doing this. And I'm not talking about people that are like doing it and like doing like farming, the actual like having a closed loop farm. I'm talking about like all like, let me just pull this up as just an image to illustrate what I'm talking about. Let's just look at fertilizer factory, and then we'll go here to images. And we'll just look at these images of fertilizer factories. So this is kind of what I'm talking about when I'm talking about externalizing these things. When you're like, whether it's organic or not, like a pelletizing. But this is like what I'm talking about externalizing. You know, like here's all this metal, all these things to build all this to just when you could have just sown a few trees and had a few like a machete. Chop these things down. Instead, you had to build all this. All this had to be mined out of the ground. Let's look at this one. This one looks cool. I think this one's on fire. All these tanks, all these things. Let's see, this fertilizer plant. All this metal, all these piping, all this pressure, all this gas, all this energy. This is what I'm talking about externalizing. Like versus you just make half your farm trees and mulch and these things, and then you don't have to worry about these kind of things. Like look at this. This is a NPK fertilizer plant. Just Haber bash turning energy into other things. These are the externalities that I talk about. These kinds of things where it's like, look at that. Look at that. I mean, you had to build this just to farm. I don't know. It's this kind of stuff that depresses me about the world. There we go. There's a happy guy. Korean natural farming. Awesome. Because you know what visits a fertilizer factory? You know what else happens in a fertilizer factory? Is, oh, look at that guy's hat. I gotta get a hat like that. And the haircut, the official haircut of the Communist Party. You gotta get one of those. Look how happy he is. Korean natural farming. Oh, is he doing Gangnam Style? No, maybe he's just itchy. These are great photos. Look at this. I walk around with my army generals. Fertilizer bag. Oh, there he's in a lab coat. Look at him. What a happy dude. Testing anthrax on his own people. Why not? I mean, shit, they tested COVID on us. All that vax on us. Oh, we think he's like a criminal. It's like we tested all this crap on our people. Oh, America, one of the biggest criminals out there. Oh, classic, classic, classic. They're trying to make him look bad. Look how happy he is. He's probably just out there dealing heroin to people, just trying to make a living, you know, forced to do what we gotta do. Look at him. Every picture of this dude, he's smiling, man. Maybe he doesn't allow pictures of him not smiling to be published. He's just like, hell yeah, look at this. We're testing anthrax on people. And this guy's like, yeah, shh, don't be saying that. Anyway, I'm not sure how we got off onto this, so I'm going to go back here and just put this screen back and stop laughing at Kim Jong-un. What's up, Printer Bear? Connecticut in the house. So yeah, the best trees to plant are, what grows naturally. Make half your farm, feed the other half of your farm. And then, let's see, how long do you keep your seed IMO collections? Mine are around 4 years old. I'd recommend making a new collection every other year. So having 4-year-old IMO is not bad. It's not good. It is. Microbes change, things change. It's good to, I believe it's good to have old collections because you're able to get microbes and replenish ones. And our microbes, let's just see, global microbe populations. Is there a graph? What I was trying to look for. Is a graph, because I'm pretty sure what's happening in humans graph. No, maybe it's not going to show. I've seen something before where basically, we're kind of having those things die off. So I don't know. Maybe it's not good. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's not good. Graphic story from that perspective. There we go. Exponential growth, population size carrying, logistic growth. Limits the growth. I don't know. Okay. So yeah, I'd collect new seed IMO. I mean, I end up collecting it every year because I end up having classes, and then when I have classes, I end up collecting them, so it's good. So let's see. How are my milk cows doing? How are they doing? They are doing pretty good. It's been a heck of a process, kind of getting used to milking twice a day. And this morning I got like 2.5 gallons of milk. So getting plenty of milk. And the baby's still able to get some. Baby's getting huge. Do I have any photos? I think I do. Yeah, I took this, or my aunt took this photo of me the other day. Let's see if I can make it appear here. Can you see that? That's me milking the cow. I don't know if you can see me on there. Milking the cow. I don't know if you can see it. Let me try to see if we can put it. It zoomed in on me. That's odd. Let me see if I can put it on the phone, on the computer. Live. We're live. And see if that'll go onto the computer. How the heck did it just zoom in on me? Was I always this zoomed in? I'm not sure. Perhaps I was. Let's see. Maybe I can't. I don't know. Maybe the phone isn't even going. Am I you still hearing me? Okay. Well, let's see. I can see what's on my phone. The cow, but I would say the cows are doing well. One baby, the mama cow. Here's us working on the pastures. I don't know if you can see that. There's a tractor with a bunch of fish. And we've been working on the pastures, dumping fish waste out there, and trying to make sure those stay nice for the cows. But here's something pretty gnarly that's happening. Um, that's the teat. One teat looks like that. Like, look at that sore on the teat. And we've been using Bag Balm, which has been helping to alleviate that. But dang, does that look sore when but there's the baby cow there, and it's mostly the baby cow's fault. The baby cow just nurses so dang hard that it's creating sores like that on some of the teats. Um, that I mean, I can't even imagine being nursed by a baby cow. But there's a cute little baby cow. I mean, in her little her baby pen hanging out. Yesterday she got out and drank all the milk, which is fine. Um, but if you, I can't even imagine being a mom cow where basically here's your breasts and the baby cow is just like trying to get more milk out of it. And it's just like, imagine someone punching you like in your breasts or your ball sack for a guy, I guess, because they're, it's just like, I just can't imagine getting hit like that. And the baby cows just slam them. And it's like, yeah. So, anyway, but they're doing good. We've added more calcium to Julie, my milk cow's diet, trying to keep her up with, the things she needs to stay good. It's hard to feed a cow, keep them in good health. I gotta go rotate her today, rotate all my cows today. So I'll be out doing that. I feel like I'm always out there, doing, it's good. It's good. I mean, I like farming, I like ranching better than farming. It's funny. I grow a bunch of food and then it's just like, what am I doing? What am I doing? So let's see. But milking's been good. I don't know. In my life, I feel like at this point in my life, my health is pretty much dependent on drinking fresh raw milk all the time. I've, I spent too much of my life drinking Pepsi and whatever else that I destroyed everything else in my body. So now I'm basically, was that like condemned? I don't know if that's the right word, to drinking raw milk, at least like almost like a half gallon a day to just try and keep up my basic health. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like kind of this weird relationship with a cow where like here the cow is and she has some sores on her teats, and then here I am like being like, well, you better give me that milk anyway, and putting these things up on there, and just like it's just, yeah, I don't know. It's weird to like get my sustenance from something that's like hurting it to get this. I don't know if I'm hurting her, to be honest. I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm assuming a sore like that hurts on your breast. I don't know. But like now that I'm dependent on it, I can't stop doing it. Because if that dies, I die. Pretty much like everything else, I guess. So I don't know. Whatever. Create another. And yeah, it is painful, I would imagine. And the Bag Balm works. It works good for sure. But yeah, it definitely is a petroleum product. It smells like I'm putting like PVC on on the udders, and then we were talking about microplastics the other day and more microplastics, and it's just like, oh man, it's here I am putting direct microplastics into my food. Cool, great idea, right? Yeah. And I do not know why it's not letting you super chat. I don't know. I'm sorry. Oh, hey, Cheryl was able to do it. I don't know. Thank you, super chats. Thank you. I really appreciate them. It's kind of funny. Like not to whinge a little bit on this, but it's like I thought it was funny. My YouTube, it's funny. It's like never less view count than ever, less subscriber count than ever. And I'm just tired. I don't want to go out and ground pound my channel and be like, hey, tune in, you need this information. It's like, you don't want it, I don't care. Like, fuck off, man. Like, I don't want to tell you what you need to know. Like, if you're attracted to it and you want it, that's great. But I think it's funny. My channel's like declining in viewership, declining in everything, and it's just like, okay, cool. There's and then it's like I have some of the best content out there. It's like, cool. Yeah, I guess it's like a diamond in the rough though. It's a lot of rough around it. And I always think it's funny. It's like, here's people tuning into other stuff. Maybe it's my stubbornness to put the ooh shiny, the ooh, and like give like package it the way people want it. Like it's like fruit that has damaged skin. It's probably delicious, probably great on the inside, but people are like, oh, they don't want that one. And I just refuse to make my fruit picture perfect, beautiful the way people want it. And it's like, it's good fruit. You just got to bite into it. And people are like, I don't know why you do that. So I don't know. It's something I always so okay. Well, here's an interesting idea from 71DP0. A lot of people pay money for followers and subscribers. I appreciate your ground roots approach. Yeah, I certainly don't pay for followers. I don't think. Maybe I do. I don't know. I do. If I am, I'm not doing it well. Yeah. No, I'm just continuing to do this, showing up, doing the good stuff. I don't know. I feel like I'm definitely whinging a lot today. So I appreciate you keeping it up, keeping it in there, keeping the natural farming alive. It's just sometimes my life goes up, my life goes down, right? Like everybody. And so when I'm in an area where my life is not like up, it's hard to continue to be like up. I'm sure you kind of, if you're hanging through and you're here already, I'm sure you can relate to that at this point. And if you've already tuned out, you are that type of person that already tuned out, that never gets anything in life anyways. Oh, so it's a good thing that, I had an experience once. So for some reason I'm an idiot, and I've always been trying to make the world better instead of just finding ways to exploit people and taking things and, just making money off the small things. I've always wanted to make things better and like taking my time and energy and like put it towards things. And so just to tell you, like a history of idiocracy from my perspective of back 2008, 2007 actually, because I was running for maybe it was 2008. I was running for office. I just finished, graduated college, wrote a piece of software that enabled people to vote and see all legislation in front of you. Vote, say I support this, I don't, I want my representative to do this or not. My representative represented me this much of the time, and make all that public so that we could actually have like a real democracy or a true representative republic via open source things. And so I wrote that app and I ran for office. But long story short is I went to a public forum, right? This was my first time. I was like 22 years old, 21, 22 years old, just fresh out of college, dumbass, not knowing shit about the real world, and went to a forum. I was talking to people, and I was like, there were people there, right? There were out of the 100,000 people that live here, and the 10,000 plus people that live in the, I say maybe it's more than that. I don't know. In the area that I was in, 5-10 people showed up, and maybe more than that, maybe slightly more than that, but I was like, talking shit about the people, and it's like, and then my friend, who was a seasoned politician, he called me up the next day, and he's like, dude, look, don't ever talk shit about people when they're there. Like, and just like you're tuned in, like, don't ever talk shit. Like, you guys don't do shit, or because like you guys do shit. You're here, and you're like, and people are super chatting, and people are at least trying to super chat, and people are supporting it, and people are tuned in, and people are getting the message. Don't over bitch at those people. And here I am, bitching at those people. Bad things, because the people that I really want to yell and scream at are just not even tuned in. So it's like, well, okay. So be nice to the people that are here, and support you, and do good leadership, and and just suck it up. Life is sorrow. Cool, I can do that. So Bag Balm for diaper rash. Yeah, Bag Balm for cracked mason hands in winter. Oh man. Those things. Yeah, the Bag Balm. It's interesting. It's interesting that petroleum can do that kind of stuff. It's insulating. I'm sure there's some other non-petroleum solution for it. Yeah, we should start a cult, though. Yeah. I mean, natural farming kind of is a cult. I don't know how. It depends on how you look at it. I mean, it's not... I guess I'm not sure what the difference between a cult and a group is. Trying to make a willow extract for cloning. I would think a willow extract for cloning would work really well. The willow, anything that's going to send out air roots and do those things, just make a plant juice. You're getting those enzymes, those hormones that are in there that are going to come out in the plant juice, and then make that into an extract. I don't think you need to use alcohol, but making a plant juice, fermenting the willow, I would think would make a really good rooting hormone type of thing. For cloning, yeah. Yeah. Definitely some of the best videos I learned in Korea. Drake in his videos. Yeah, that's cool. It's great. I'm glad that if you do check out the channel and you know how to use YouTube, you're one of those few people out there that does. Click the link below, check out all those videos, go through all that time. It's worth so much more. There's just so much out there. And I did try to start a small, I've done multiple things, but trying to start a small cult. So if you are not familiar with the Microbial Secret Society, this was something that I was trying to do, and I was trying to charge $8 a month. Well, in fact, I did charge $8 a month for it for a while, and I did have a fair amount of membership, and then it was just too much. 2020 really hit me hard. You can look, my last episode was July 3rd, 2020, and then my partner that I was working on this crapped out and completely destroyed the whole idea of working on these things. And it's hard when you don't have clear written agreements. You just kind of dive into something with somebody. But yeah, we've been trying to make, or I was making an actual thing where you could join a secret society, like a cult. Basically, I was trying to make a thing where you could join it. And there's a whole belief system behind it, the microbes are the secret masters, and they come out and they teach you, and they give you the secret hidden wisdom, and you can then do miracles, and all of a sudden no smell, boof, just with dust, and you can heal the blind and cure the sick and heal the dead land and all that. I thought, man, this would be cool. We'll make it, an actual legitimate secret society So if you did want to join that cult, you still can join it. There's no benefit to you. I haven't made an episode since July 2020. Ran it for about a year, and then did it. I think it was actually, yeah. So yeah, and then Thor just texted me the other day. I don't wonder what he's up to. Words equal power. I should listen to that episode again. He's a cool dude. And I interviewed all these cool people. Scott Layback, Ben Clenna. All these people that may or may not exist anymore. I don't know. Since I quit the social media, it's weird. Yeah, and we feed them all the good Kool-Aid. Yeah, instead of Kool-Aid, we could have fermented plant juice, poison shots to go to the next thing. We got Spencer. We got Whole Plant Wellness. Stephen Cornett. Man, that was a good podcast. Manawanahine. I was doing good. Yeah, Vipassana. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, just STFU, man. Right? Yeah, I guess, a SCOBY is kind of like a small cult with trillions of members. It is pretty sour. Yarrow farmer Adam Dole, he just contacted me the other day too. I'm gonna check in with him. Scoobies. I made a spray with water and leave it next to my kitchen sink as a sanitizer and for my hands, and now my hands don't crack anymore. It works well. Huh. Okay, let's see. Cyclopath says, I relate. Trying to start a farm in a cold house, living like a medieval peasant. Meditation, returning to the source helps. Allowing myself to feel bad, turning your face into the wind, and 2 loving dogs. Yeah. Cyclopath here. Yeah. Yeah, living like a medieval peasant. It's like, let's see, let's go back to this screen. You can see my yeah, living like a medieval peasant, man. What a weird, yeah, it's like, oh, it's weird. It's weird. It's weird. Let the storm return to your nest. I don't know. Hello, Senin. Senin from Indonesia. Can I ask you a question? No. Whoops. Well, then what? You just did ask a question. I said no. So, what you gonna do now? Can I ask you a question? You mean another one? Sure. Ask all the questions you want. Will I answer you? Maybe. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I bet you everyone that's here has some sort of spiritual practice and they do things and they're actually like super enlightened people. So it's kind of funny. A group of wizards here doing natural farming, getting into it. NNDMT. Rappa Happa into my daily ceremony as well. So I guess it's clear. Drugs are the answer. Having a bad day? Do drugs. Oh. Yeah, gonna seed soak my potatoes this year. I'm assuming just a short period of time and then let them dry before planting. I would soak your potatoes about a day, 1 day, with the normal seed soak formula, and then let them dry and then sow them. That full day of soaking, because they'll soak up a fair amount of that goodness in 1 day. Okay, without a lot of life's necessities. Yeah, that's good. It's a good way to do it. And And then Senan is asking another question, even though I said he couldn't ask a question, but he did already. He already asked 2 questions without permission. Oh my, Senan, what are you doing? Can I replace licorice or angelica with other ingredients? Absolutely. You could replace them with anything you want. Is it going to make a difference? Yes. So if you're asking, can I replace these things with anything? It's like, yeah, sure. You can replace with anything. You can replace air with lead and try breathe it. You're going to die, right? So sure, but you can replace anything with anything. Anything, anywhere, anytime can be replaced. Is it going to make a difference? Yes. Yes. So understanding what are the repercussions of substitution. So if you want to understand what are the repercussions of substitution, you have to understand what they are in the first place. So Angelica, here it is. Let's look up Angelica. So if I am going to replace Angelica, it is this nice plant here. This is wild Angelica, Angelica sylvestris. And there's a whole bunch of them, right? There's a whole bunch of these varieties, right? They all have these different, like, look how many different species of Angelica there are. There are a ton. Here's the, Korean Goban one, Slender Angelica. It's Tenusima. There are all these things, right? So there's a whole bunch of the different ones, right? So what is going to matter if I don't use it, right? Well, it's been eaten as a wild version of celery. It's used to flavor gin, so you won't have the same flavor in your thing. It's used. This one's used for ritual purposes, so you won't have a good ritual in there. And it speeds up healing, so you're losing the amount of time that it can speed up healing. You're losing all of the Chinese traditional knowledge. And let's look up. So let's say Angelica. Let's say health properties. Angelica health properties. And let's see, benefits, side effects, preparation. Let's see, I'm just clicking on the first link. I don't even know if this is a good one. Okay, so this one's saying there's a difference between Archangelica and Angelica sinensis. So they're saying it is different between them, but I don't know how different it is going to be between them. So it'll help you not pee at night. So if your plants are peeing at night, it'll help that. It'll help them not develop cancer, I think. It'll help them get less anxiety. So if your plants have a lot of anxiety, which I'm sure they do, it'll help them relax. It has antimicrobial properties, meaning that it'll kill off these different microbes and or discourage their use. It also helps with skin disease, digestive disorders, insomnia, respiration conditions, and arthritis. So if you say, okay, can I not use Angelica? Sure. You lose these properties. Is it in there for a reason? Yes. Will I lose things if I don't use it? Yes. Here they are. So go ahead, don't use it. It's expensive, it doesn't, but you can not use it. Sure. What was the other thing you wanted to get rid of? Let's see. Licorice. Licorice. Can you get rid of it? Sure. Sure. You could even, health benefits. Let's see. This is not very scientific. I am just clicking on the first result that I found, which is terrible. This is for Glycyrrhiza glabra. Let's see, contemporary uses. Do we care? Oh, okay, so it helps soothe sore throats, topical gels, or skin conditions like acne or eczema. It helps with heartburn, acid reflux, hot flashes, coughs, bacterial and viral infections. So all those things. I mean, you know, you don't want your plants to get hot flashes or heartburn. It's like, so you got to put some licorice in there. Um, so let's see. Potential benefits may aid skin conditions, may aid acid reflux and indigestion, may help with peptic ulcers, may have anti-cancer properties, may ease upper respiratory conditions, may protect against cavities. In it aids diabetes, reduces menopause symptoms, boosts weight loss, and helps treat hepatitis C. And so this was the most broad overview of, yeah, sure, don't put it in, and you'll lose all these effects. And furthermore, licorice added to your OHN helps to synergize all the rest of the other herbs in there with each other. So if you omit licorice, you will lose the synthesis, meaning all the helping the other herbs work better together. Plus, you'll lose the ability for cavities, hot flashes, respiratory conditions, anti-cancer properties, indigestion, acid reflux, skin conditions, all these things that's why it's in there, right? And so you'll lose all those things. So yeah, sure, get rid of it, but you're going to lose those things. So it's like, you know, saying, can I drive my car without gas? It's like, yeah. If you're going to hook it to a horse and drag it around, you know, is it going to be good and efficient? Probably not, but can you do it? Yes. So that's with a lot of natural farming things. Is like these things. Substitute, do these things, but understand what the heck, why the heck were they in there in the first place? That's what I teach at my class. That's what I do. That's what I try to help people, is understand the deep fundamentals, because everyone's situation is going to be different where you're at, right? Licorice, I don't have it where I'm at. Well, then don't use it. Licorice, I got tons. Well, then use it. You know, something, if you have something else, and if you understand, why am I using licorice? Well, what are these properties? Do I have anything else that has those properties? Okay, cool. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. So yeah. Yeah, plant medicines, man. Do it. Do it. So anyway, thanks. You know, yeah, what is that? Robert Charles, he's okay, I don't understand what he's saying. So I look forward to 3 a.m. every Monday, Western Australia time. Just had 3 of my best IMO collections in over 10 years. Ooh, Cecily, thank you. Thank you. It's good. Reviewing everything after your chat makes me consider my environment. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. Yes, so Senin, now you're getting it, is, yeah, if it's hard to get Angelica where you're at, looking for other things with those same benefits, and then looking if that same process will extract those same benefits, medicinal benefits, then you will enter into the right thinking for where you're at. Because I'm not sure where you're at, but there are great things out there. Cool. So I just yeah. Yeah. Thanks guys for tuning in. You know, we got, you know, Wise Bird, return to your nest. Thanks for going through today. I wasn't feeling the best, but I keep showing up, and I hope, if anything, that even good or bad, that by keep showing up, it continues to grow this movement. And or I was my thing that I've been thinking about lately is is one of these things where I've been feeling like my life has been like this lately, where it's like I spend all this time to build, like I spent a whole bunch of time building some like really beautiful thing, and then just destroying a sand mandala, like taking like years and stuff to build these things, and then just like destroying it. You know, I just feel like this is like here's the, like, like, are you able, build something great, build something masterful thing, and then just like screw it up. And I just feel like, man, this is like story of my life right now. Of like, I worked so hard to build these things and then just destroy them. And it's like, why? What am I doing? Like these things here. But I guess that's life. Life is sorrow. Life is just that way. And so it is. So I wish, let's see, what is next week? Is next week Christmas? I think next week's going to be Christmas Eve. So I wish you a Merry Christmas. I hope that you get a lot of coal because it's probably worth more than whatever else you were going to get from Santa. Yeah, so anyway, I'll leave you with a nice big picture of what you're going to get for Christmas. It's this brush on the left here. And maybe what I'm going to get for Christmas. But anyway, I love you guys. I really do. Love you women, love you men, love you people that are between those spectrums of wherever you're at. And love Master Cho, love the Pure Canon Foundation, love Flat Eric, love, all this stuff. Wish I could go back to Soul. All those things. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you again, I guess twice more this year. We'll see what happens. Woo! All right. Bye now. Let's see. I'll switch over to this one. I'll go to this one, and we'll just go. Thanks. All right. Love you. Bye.